Top 5 right here, eras that are officially over. The marriage era, it's over. All-time low and everything, which it should be. That marriage era is over. It's decayed. It's out of line, really. All right, number 2 is the relationship era. Men and women are just cracking each other for money now. So the relationship era is over. Men and women should be living in separate households. 3, the no effort era is here by the men. The men are tired of putting in effort.
Whoa, wait a minute. No more marriage? No more commitment? Why is this happening? What's going on?
A man just said today that because I went on a date earlier, I guess, he don't want to talk to me no more.
Both remember y'all encounter with each other and was like, dang, maybe at a different time that would have been.
I'm interested to know what your thoughts are, so please comment your thoughts under this video. And ladies, I am interested in hearing how you feel because this is a very important topic. So let's get back into this clip, but also let's have a very important conversation, and that is, why is this actually happening?
AIs will replace all doctors in a small number of years.
I have a few reasons, so let's get into it. Before we do that, let me introduce myself. My name is Bertrand, and I am the coolest dude on the planet. Confidence and clarity is the name.
Okay, here is the top 5 eras that are over in the United States. This is part 1. Top 5 right here, eras that are officially over. The marriage era, it's over.
I'm 53 and it took me 4 decades and 3 marriages to learn this, but I'm going to tell you in 15 seconds. All that relationships are really about is learning to...
Wait a minute, she said three divorces, 3 marriages?
To love yourself in a healthy way. Yes, it's a paradox, and yes, it sounds counterintuitive, but the key words there are in a healthy way. Because when you learn to love yourself, you are so able to give love and receive love in a healthy way, and life will never be the same. Boom.
All-time low and everything, which it should be. That marriage era is over. It's decayed. It's out of line, really. All right, number 2 is the relationship era. Men and women are just cracking each other for money now. So
And nobody never talks about that one person that you run into in between season and you guys have great chemistry and everything was fire and it just fades away slowly or fastly and there's no bad blood, there's no nothing, but you both remember y'all encounter with each other and was like, dang, maybe at a different time that would have been.
You know what's funny is we do talk about it. I mean, especially here on this channel, but we call them situationships, flings, friends with benefits. Like, that's what it's called. And the reason why is really, really simple. When you don't have a responsibility to that woman, you get to actually enjoy her. And she gets to enjoy you. There's smiles that's going on. What usually happens is if that is able to extend out, then usually life happens. Responsibilities start to come in. And then that's where the problems start. So fantasy versus reality.
the relationship era is over. Men and women should be living in separate households. 3, the no effort era is here by the men. The men are tired of putting in effort. That the old days of begging and simping and, oh my God, please, please, please.
You guys, a man just said today that because I went on a date earlier, I guess, he don't want to talk to me no more.
I mean, I get the laughter, like I understand it, but maybe I just see it different because, like, 2 dates in 1 day, like, who are you interested in and what are you doing?
No! No, Daddy, please don't go. How am I gonna live? You guys.
That effort era is over. Number 4, no approaches. The no approach era. Women hate being approached, so now we don't do approaches anymore. So it's the no approach era. Okay, no cold approach. It's archaic. Get it out of here. Number 5, the dating app era is officially over. Everyone's getting off of the dating apps. Everyone's just paying for ass. Okay, that's part one.
Oh my gosh, what does this all mean? No more dating apps, no more effort, no marriage, no commitments, no effort. What is actually going on here? You know what? I'm really starting to understand why certain rules were set in place, because as I see how women are getting their way, I see how things are becoming way more chaotic. Now, before we get into this talk, I have to say this. Connection is important. It is something that we all yearn for. Men and women are way better together, but I understand the abundance mindset and the access that we all have to each other. It's starting to look like the time that we spend apart is the time that we actually cherish. The time that we spend together is the time that we actually get annoyed with, right? Because now when, let's just say, responsibility hits, bills hit, now all of a sudden that whole magical connection and that magical relationship, it no longer exists. Why is the marriage era over? Well, we just saw from a 50-year-old woman, well, let's just say she's close to 60. A woman that's close to 60 just let us know that divorce is something that she learned how to love herself from in a healthy way. Now, the problem with that is men don't really want to be in marriages, but then some are cool with being in marriages, but every man does not want a divorce. Divorce is detrimental. It's something that if you've never been through it, you probably won't understand it.
To pay a prostitute so she leaves when we're done, rather than sit here and put a bunch of money into a chick.
And I can tell you guys, I have been through a divorce and it was disastrous, because starting over is one thing, but starting over and being homeless, I lived in a car for a year. So I can tell you guys, that was a pretty rough time. Now, why is the commitment era over? Well, the commitment era is over because commitment doesn't mean what it used to. I literally just did a video on a nurse who was being interviewed by someone, and they were asking her about why nurses are the #1 cheaters. And at the end of the video, the woman basically said,
Just friends, when we was at the hospital, we were single. So it was just like, hey.
I heard that the cheating rate is crazy with nurses.
But what is really cheating though? Is they married or they got a boyfriend?
Boyfriend? So you don't consider that cheating if it's just a boyfriend?
What kind of boyfriend? Well, yeah, some nurses did cheat.
Well, what is a boyfriend and what kind of boyfriend are we talking about, right? Now, the reason why that was an issue is because the whole video in that, or let's just say that part of the interview, was about nurses being cheaters. So for her to not even respect a boyfriend or respect a commitment, it tells you a lot about what women think, or what some women think, when it comes to relationships or commitments in general. I will tell you this, for the majority of men realize that it's hard or it's impossible to trust a woman as long as she has a smartphone, because when it comes to social media, the DMs, then you have the dating apps, and then when the woman just walks out into the world, right? You have all of these different men that you're competing with. Now, the messed up part is you don't realize that you're in a competition until you end up in like an argument or you have a disagreement, because there will always be a man who says yes versus the man who finally says no. So that's like a losing battle. But again, commitment in marriage, it used to be a thing. It used to be family building. It used to be something that we strived for. But now, moving to the future, we're going to see that things are changing, and changing in a way that none of us are actually ready for.
AIs will replace all doctors in a small number of years. Now, the pro case is very easy, which is we have massively increasing capabilities. If you look at ChatGPT today, advice to everyone who's listening to this, if you're not using ChatGPT or equivalent as a second opinion, you're out of your mind. You're ignorant. You get a serious result, check it as a second opinion. And by the way, if it differs, then go get a third. And so the diagnostic capabilities, these are much better knowledge stores than any human being on the planet.
Now, why are men no longer giving effort? I just showed you guys the perfect clip of a woman going on 2 dates in 1 day and then laughing that one of the men caught on to it and decided he didn't want to talk to her anymore. Now, her laughter was confusing to me because I was trying to figure out, was she just using the man so she was happy that he decided not to deal with her anymore? Was she more interested in the first guy? Like, what was actually going on in that situation? And that really led me to this conclusion. The reason why men are no longer giving effort is because of situations like this. Women don't realize that there's more of them. In fact, there's 3 million more women than there are men. So then you ask yourself, why do men not want commitment, or why are men no longer showing effort? It's because men are being disrespected. This turns into a man's villain story more often than not, because with that woman, he thought he found treasure, especially because she said she was single, right? So he's thinking in his mind, oh my gosh, I got wifey. Oh yeah. Or I got my next new girlfriend, or, you know, she doesn't know what that man was willing to invest in her. So her laughing it off is crazy to me because she doesn't know what she's missing out on. And I'm only saying that because she accepted a date from this man. Has she not accepted a date from this man, then my reaction would be different, because I believe if you're not interested in a guy, you should not go out on a date with him. This will stop women from saying things like, well, I just wanted to make sure that you're not a psycho. And when I hear a woman say that, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe she's the psycho. The biggest thing that I'm noticing is that we are moving into a new world with the speed of light, meaning we're not gonna see what's happening because we're distracted and we're really not paying attention to what's really going on. AI and robots are going to change the world completely. We're now living in the old world, but the new world is coming, and it is coming fast. Because think about it. I just showed you guys a clip of a man going to what he called a convenience store. I'm looking at it and saying that just looked like a vending machine, right? But with that being said, a lot of things like this are constantly popping up. I also have another video clip of a man who was looking at an x-ray and talking about his diagnosis, but now AI is being able to step in and figure out what's going on with a person much faster than the guy who had to develop this skill over 20 plus years. The time and the effort in which things are moving in is going to be a completely different experience for all of us. So the biggest thing that we can do, the best things that we can do, number one, we're going to have to continuously adapt, because like the woman who went on 2 dates, you're either in line or you're waiting for your turn, right? The other woman, the woman who had 3 divorces, right? That woman figured out that you need to love yourself in a healthy way. And it took for her to destroy 3 men's lives just for her to figure that one simple thing out. To me, that's crazy. And then you have the woman who was just like yearning for that person. And I understand that feeling, because I've had that feeling too. In fact, I had that feeling recently with a woman that I like got back in contact with. We had like a 17-year gap, and things were just as amazing as they were 17 years ago. Now, when I say recent, I mean, this actually happened last year, but I bring it up because I just want to let you guys know that we all are experiencing different things at different times. But with that being said, the most important thing you can do is adapt to hookup culture, adapt to AI and robots, and most importantly, create the life that you want to live, and then do your best to live that life, because things have completely changed, and it looks like it's taking us as people a while to catch on to what's actually happening. But what do you think? Comment your thoughts under this video. I want to thank you for watching, and I want you to like and subscribe to the channel for more confidence and clarity. I will see you on the next one. Peace.